And so, good morning to you. Thank you so much for staying up and listening to Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. And we're so glad you could join us in another edition of Point Blank. Point Blank is a news and current affairs program. Every Saturday, we'll bring you refined perspective on major stories. And each episode of Point Blank is also an opportunity for listeners to participate and also give us their views as we go on in the conversation. So thank you so much for joining us in the conversation this morning on Point Blank. And don't forget, you can join all of our discussion this morning. Follow us on Facebook. We're live on Facebook on Super 93.3 FM on Facebook. We're also live on Twitter, that is X, and that is Super News PH on Twitter, X, and Instagram. We're live on Instagram. It is Super FM 93.3. On YouTube, we are Super FM PH. And you can as well download the global application, Super FM Global application on Facebook or on your social media platform and listen to us live anywhere in the world. So go to your Play Store, download Super FM application, Super FM Global, and you can listen to our station anywhere in the world. Once again, greetings to you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank Saturday, and my name is Shegun Olabi. And the first leg of the show this morning, we shall be talking politics. And this is the politics of the All Progressive Congress APC in River State. We're looking at the present state of the All Progressive Congress APC River State and the future of the APC River State. And our guest is Chief Tony Okocha, DSSRS, who is the leader of the Amalgamated Support Groups for Tinubu Shetima and the River State Mainstream APC leader. We'll be speaking to him and we're looking into details, the issues concerning the APC, particularly recent visits to the national chairman of the APC and members of the National Working Committee of the APC. Later, on the second leg of the show, we shall be discussing another equally important issue, and this has to do with the scourge of drug abuse and substance abuse, particularly as it affects River State. Now, don't forget in a hurry that recently the Senate has called on a state of emergency on substance abuse in Nigeria. So we'll be speaking to the Deputy State Commandant, Media and Advocacy of the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, River State, Emmanuel Ikechukwu. We'll be finding out the seriousness of the scourge of drug and substance abuse in River State. Once again, thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank on Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt, and we shall begin our discussion in a moment. But don't forget, you can also participate in the conversation. Join our discussion live and also share your views and respond to all the issues of the discussion. We have the telephone lines for you to call. You can call 0811 7431021. That is 0811 7431021. You can as well join our conversation by calling the number 070 5079 1021. That is 070 5079 1021, as well as 081 067 83493. So I'll go over the three telephone numbers so that you can have an understanding of these telephone numbers. The numbers again, 0811 7431021 and 07050791021, as well as 081 06783493. And those are the numbers to join us. Of course, you can also send us a short WhatsApp comment, make it 30 seconds, and send it to 09059481021. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank on Super 93.3 FM. Now, recent happenings in the political scene in the nation has shown that the political contention amongst the faction in the APC in River State has now moved away from Port Harcourt to Abuja. Yes, indeed, elections are over, but the political tension in the APC River State has not come to an end. The national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullahi Bentuje, in the last 10 days, received two groups from the APC in River State. And the visit, very, very clear, to discuss issue of APC in River State. In fact, when the national chairman of the APC was speaking, It confirmed that there is a confusion in the APC in River State. Dr. Gandhi, while playing host to the two groups during separate visits, also said series of litigation has killed the APC in River State. While saying that he is willing to resolve the issue, the other said analysis, so much analysis could bring about paralysis. So we'll be discussing what the analysis are and what the paralyses are. And joining me this morning in the studio, I have with great honor in the studio this morning. He is the leader of the Amalgamated Support Group for Tinubu Shetima and the River State and the leader of the River State Mainstream APC. In fact, they call him the digital leader of APC. Joining us this morning is Honorable Chief Tony C Okocha. And good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on Point Blank.
Thank you, Shebu. It's very resounding, Shebu, on air. Thank you for having me. And
fantastic.
Thanks for Rivers people for listening to me.
And permit us to use this opportunity to congratulate you. This is the first time you're coming to the studio since your appointment, River State representative for the board of the Niger Delta Commission. So again, our congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. I take that with so much joy. But I want to say to you too that we're still hanging on there. We have not been inaugurated formally.
Yes.
Though we have concluded all of that processes and we're waiting for the president to give his final nod. That will be the form of inauguration properly.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So let us go straight to the issue. In the last 10 days, the national leadership of the All Progressives Congress has been inundated with meetings. Two of them from the APC River State. You led one group, which happened to be last week, and also there was another faction of the APC. Now, in your presentation to Dr. Ganduje, you called on Dr. Ganduje to adhere to the existing court order, which allegedly endorsed the expulsion of some members of your party. Again, a lot of people will say you towing this position does not mean you want peace in the party. Would I be correct to say so? And again, was this what you said to Dr. Ganduje and why?
No, I couldn't have said so. What we said was we made a presentation of a court order. It's a court order that was obtained from a court of competent jurisdiction in your state. That court order affirmed the confirmation, affirmed that the suspension of certain individuals who were members of the state working committee of the party. The individuals were clearly put: the SY chairman of the party, my dear friend and brother, Chief Emeka Beke, and the then legal advisor. Also, the other members of the state working committee, in their considered opinion, felt that these two gentlemen, who were also part of them, engaged and indeed led them to anti-party activities, and so they didn't find need for them to remain in the leadership of the party. And they sat on their own. I wasn't part of them. I'm not a member of the state working committee of the APC River State. On their own, at their own volition, sat, took a decision that they were suspending them, not expulsion anyway. They were suspending them, yes, from being members of Central Working Committee, and of course functioning in the gaps of the positions they were initially elected to. And beyond that, they also went to court, and the court agreed with them and gave them a judgment, which they are flaunting everywhere. So if I would say a thing about court order, I will be talking about court order as it was obtained by Omiete Eferebo, who was the deputy chairman of the party in the state. And the court said there will be no vacuum. Since the chairman has been suspended, the deputy chairman necessarily will ascend the throne, as it were. So the court said, you are now the acting chairman of the party. And that was the document we dropped before the national chairman. And the reason why we did that was that before now, the people that were suspended, confirmed by the court, were still frolicking with the former ESCO, national ESCO of the party. And we didn't know the reason for that. And we felt, okay, maybe there could have been the vestiges of the former leadership of the party at the national level, the leadership of the former chairman, Abdullahi Adamu.
Yeah.
Okay, so there were still some vestiges of that administration that, you know, trying to support some measure of illegality. And so that was the reason why we still the national chairman, who is of course new, say, look, this is the position of APC in Rivers State. So that's what we did.
Okay, a lot of people have considered that position as a very tough one. Now, let me quote you because, you know, you're a man who is very good with words. While you were speaking to Dr. Gandhi, and you said here, and I'm going to quote you, brother, you said a group of persons who were likened as watermelon with a characteristic feature of presenting green in the outside, but red in the inside. They insisted that they have long abandoned the APC and ipso facto disqualified. But you see, again, those statements, don't you think these are things that are capable of causing or breeding bad blood?
No.
At this time we should be thinking of moving the party forward?
No, you see the reason. You see, ideas are a mass in history. I have said so many times. I mean, learning. I'm told that no idea is, I mean, whatever you see today and you want to change, of course, existed somewhere someday. So that whatever you are attempting to do is either a modification or you're modulating, or you are rejecting too. So now the reason why you find some high sounding words in our presentation before the national chairman was because we are beginning to get so infuriated with the lies that were being peddled, and they were peddled with so much impunity. You know, telling the national chairman what never happened in Rivers State, the roles they never played. And it was our business to say, look, you don't belie the system, you don't belie the party. Let us go to the party and tell them what the truth of the matter is. When we talk about watermelon in itself, on itself, is some, you see some measure of inconsistency. All right, deceit. Okay, in this sense, we call it chickenry. That's an attempt to deceive the other person. Or again, there's also a word that the Englishman uses, whoas. You attempt to deceive yourself.
Actually, you call them hot of pretenders.
Exactly. So that's what we were trying to adumbrate when we talk about watermelon. So now, it couldn't have been, we're not overreaching anybody. They all know themselves overreaching themselves. When in the actual facts of the matter, you have long abandoned the party, you have long rejected the party. You know, so what's our own business? Our business is to say to you, look, with this kind of people at the helm of affairs of the party, this party will necessarily go into abysmal oblivion. And that's the point we're making.
Again, those are very, very strong words you've talked about, because when you call party members, notable party members, as hordes of pretenders,
yes,
one would say,
do you want me?
An article said that just trying to cause.
No, okay, maybe you are getting me to the point where I should have done great.
Maybe.
Yes. Now, the issue why we say they are pretenders is to the fact that, look, in party politics, before an election, there's usually what they call a primary election, because people indicate interest or intentions to run elections on different platforms. Yeah, well, party positions right now. And the party allows a smooth sail, so to speak. Okay, there are processes that will lead to the emergence of a candidate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Now, when a candidate emerges, well, within the period, you know, that you have aspirants, every member of a party is at liberty to lean to any party, any camp that he or she wants to. But the moment a candidate emerges from the same process, that candidate becomes a candidate of every other person, including those who are aspiring. Now, in the case we are talking about here, so you recall that I have been to your station many times. First and foremost was advocacy. I was talking about the downtrodenness of our party, how APC was almost, you know, going into the dungeon, and then we're becoming a social club, only good for political tent burials and child dedications and all that. That we were not able to contest elections in the state. And I recall that I told you that in 319 wards of Rivers State, APC had no one councillor. And I mean, a political party that was very robustly built in 2014, Not the one I hear some people when they were there, they say APC was founded in Rivers State in 2013. They couldn't know, they couldn't have known because they were not there. You know, when I was talking with your sister station the other day, I said, when you go to in Equatorial parable, said, if you are not there when a corpse is buried, when you want to go and assume, you start to assume from the legs. When the normal practice should be that you start assuming from the head. They were not there, so they wouldn't know. And they should also listen to those of us who are there. I was a founding member of the party. I was number 2 in the founding of APC in Rivers State. Outside my boss, my then boss was the governor. The second other person that knew that we were leaving PDP for the APC was myself, Tony C Okocha, as the chief of staff. Of course, you know the role of a chief of staff in government. I was at the head of the governor's political desk, and I was the chief executor, or some would say executioner, in most of the issues. So I knew like the back of my hands. In 2013, when PDP, don't forget that my boss was the chairman of Nigerian Governors Forum, all right? And it was only in 2014 when I had lost hope, when our structures have been taken away by the courts, okay, by a group of party members led by the then Minister for Education and all that. They went to court and they took the structure of the party, and we were like orphans. So when the likes of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, now president, and the former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, then GNB, General Muhammad Buhari, and His Excellency BC Akande visited with us to woo us into the party. We had no choice. And they said, well, we have no shoulders to lean on. Let's lean on the APC. So it was in 2014 that we joined the APC, not 2013 anyway. So, well, that's corrected. Now, the issue we're making is that a candidate had emerged from a freely, fairly contested primaries. And that candidate didn't only, apart from the banter, apart from the tantrums, okay, that greeted the process, I mean, at the point of, people aspiring. The candidate, having emerged, took his time to visit with all other aspirants, or those who aspired, to the position with him, including my former boss, who was our leader here of APC in Rivers State. And what was it? Gentlemen, let's shoot ourselves. It's a party. Let's work together. That didn't sync with them. My boss's body language, not even only body language, his practice, his instructions, directives, still detail to the fact that Tinubu must fail. If you read what we said in that piece, we said there was this notion that Tinubu must fail. And that followed, that continued. And these persons who were at the helm, who should have been the ones to say, look, it's our party. We have lost this election. I mean, it's a party team. Now, that was the intra. Now it's going to be inter-party, because we're going to have oppositions from other political parties. Let us work together and see how to deliver our party. Still, we are frolicking with the opposition party. And we recall that I've said it many times, and it's very, I'm so very pained each time I say it, that your own candidate, you dress him on Pampers and say, oh, that this man defecates on his body.
There is a denial of all of that. Chief Tony Okocha, I only allow you to make all of this.
Please,
first, there have been a denial that there was never a time that there was a mandate that the opposition should be supported in the presidential election in Rivers State. Again, that's an unsubstantiated claim you made when you visited Dr. Dangote.
Oh, come on. Please, I
know you said during the visit that you have video and pictorial evidence, and also you have
has anybody denied?
Have not been made public, of course.
Has anybody denied? Who did, please? And because we called names. Don't forget that I called names.
You mentioned some gentlemen.
Yes.
One of them has come out.
Who was that? Who was that?
I hope I can say it.
Yes, please.
Engineer Dimpa has come out.
Who is that?
Chukwudi Dimpa said he was never in that meeting.
Which meeting? Was Chukwudi, please, I don't want to discuss that in the video. Okay. Chukwudi, at the point we were doing APC in Rivers State, okay, couldn't have come anywhere close to leadership. He was not the leader of APC. But
you were talking about
excuse me, please. Yes. Excuse me. He was never the leader of APC at any point or in the Kwale local government. The first leader of APC in Ikwele government was Edachi Diwinyoka. That was removed because he was said to be supporting the distinguished Senator Magnus Abe for governorship. And when he was removed, the next other leader of Ikwele local government of the APC was my dear friend Chibuike Ikenga. So when you see people who carry bags to come and say things that they do not know about, you don't even want to reckon with them. I don't want to talk about Chuku the thing, but that's not.
We don't even want to talk about the personality, but because
no, I'm saying to you, sir. Yes, I'm saying to you, sir, that there was a directive from my former boss, the right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, to his followership.
Were you part of those who received those directives?
I said I have. If you challenge me to this, next Saturday I'll be here and I'll show you video evidence, pictorial evidence. Maybe that will raise the case.
You know the reason why I'm asking you this? When you appeared before Dr. Ganduje, you make this same statement.
Yes.
In fact, Dr. Ganduje even said to you that, true to your word, it was a miracle.
Yes.
That APC won in the presidential election. Yes. That miracle needs to be explained.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
But again, the question you've made was, which is a little bit curious to Dr. Ganduje, was the fact that you said there was a clear directive.
Yes.
That leaders of your party in their local government should vote the opposition.
I am not recanting. I don't vacillate, in between opinions. When I say a thing, I am on radio. And I want somebody to come and say that was not true. And then we now put a bet to it. I said, Jemu, I'm going to come to your station again. I will want to do that next Saturday, and I'll give you the picture, or maybe if you like, I could send it to you via WhatsApp so that you see. How can I come to belie somebody? And the person, of course, is alive. The person has not said, look, I didn't say this. So who else qualifies to deny for him?
You're listening to Point Blank, and we have with us in the studio one that is called the digital leader of APC River State, Honorable Chief Tony Okocha. And again, he has restated that statement he made right in front of the National Working Committee leader, National Working Committee member, and the leader of the APC, Dr. Ganduje, where he said that there was an alliance. APC River State held up alliance with the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Yeah. And he is re-emphasizing that he has proofs, that he have evidence to show that, yes, indeed, there was an alliance. Now, we'll open the telephone lines for the first set of questions. Again, we want the questions to be brief. We want you to stay on the issues. And we also want you to ask direct questions. And the numbers to call 0811 7431 Again, 0811 7431 You can as well call 081 06783493, as well as 070 50791021. So we'll take the first three calls and we'll come back to the studio as I'm asking more questions. Good morning and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank.
Good morning, Mr. Shedo.
Good morning.
Good morning, my chief.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable Gloria Ochikwaz.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to support what you say. I am sure the local government APC in River State. APC in River State, every night time, our former boss, Rotimi Amechi, did not contest that election. They only sat down and agreed that Tinubu will not win. Because as a deputy manager, during our first term, when we took over, when we APC, we knew how we prepared for that election and how fast the election went. So this past election, nothing happened.
Okay, so Honorable, could you just ask a question? Honorable, we appreciate what you're saying, we appreciate the narrative, but could you ask a question? Okay, are you there? Okay, you don't have a question. Okay, you are affirming what Honorable Tony Okocha is saying. Okay, thank you so much. I think that's beautiful. Thank you so much. I will take another call. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Hello. Oh boy. Okay, we have an issue here. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, Honorable. Okay. Well, again, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's take another one now. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. JJ, you're online. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that. Let's take this one. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank. Hello. All right, we seem to be having a lot of some of these calls jammed together, and let's try and see if we just pick this one. Hello, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. Hello.
Hello, one.
Yeah. Yes, good morning. We can hear you clearly. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well. All right. Thank you so much. And let me just take one more call. And after that, we'll come back to speaking to Chief Tony Okocha. We'll have a call on this line. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Sorry, the line is not very clear. Maybe you speak up a little bit. So. Yes, go ahead. Yes, well, with you, go ahead. Dr. Aaron, good morning. Okay, Bob Aaron.
We voted, we as people, we voted for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, by the grace of God, we are sure in the now of this man. Anyway, what I want to advise people in the studio to do is that see how you can marry this opposition, you can marry even those who are in the other side. Let them think of what will better our luck. Can we stand on the round table and discuss the way forward for the APC, for the PDP, for the ACTA, and what we can get at home? That is the point. That's why I want to call this on your two. These are words of wisdom to ensure that these people sit on the round table and see how you can discuss that we set at the leader.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Bob Aaron. Bob, thank you so much. We quite appreciate your contribution this morning. And there you have it. Callers coming in, and we still have a lot of messages coming in on our social media. We're speaking to Honorable Chief Tony C Okocha, who is the leader of the mainstream APC in River State. They call him the digital leader. And we're looking at the future of APC now, and we're also looking at what has happened in the last couple of 2 weeks in the APC River State. Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Tony Okocha.
Thank you.
A lot of the calls, and some of them are affirming what is happening. But again, one thing that is critical is what is the future? I'm just going to tell you, because the national leader of the APC, and I said that correctly, he said River State is very, very critical to the APC. And he also said that it was time that they allow scientific approach in dealing with the issue. What, in your own view, would amount to that scientific approach in achieving solution to the current issue in River State?
Well, you know that I'm a proponent of the school of thought that believes in the fact that in politics, the more the merrier. We will not, for any reason, begin to advocate or suggest to the contrary. The contrary in this sense, being that our people who want to belong to the APC or members of the APC, as it were, will begin to drift to other political parties, just the way we saw them do in the last couple of months. You know, I read a philosopher, and I like him so much. His name is Albert Einstein. He said that this life you have is like a bicycle. That to keep your balance, you must keep moving. So APC has to keep moving. Luckily for us, since 1999, we have not, APC had been defeated, rather, PDP had been winning. Let me not say APC, because APC just came in 2014. I'm talking about the dispensation that started in 1998, that bettered election of 1999. PDP had won back-to-back governorship and presidential elections in River State, back-to-back. But in 2023, that's why we said it was a miracle. And that miracle, to be explained, is the fact that there was an agreement, there was a subterranean deal that happened between my leader, the minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and his group, who said, of course, on all Nigerians knew, and they said there was problem in PDP. And they said, look, correct this problem. We are still open. Our windows and doors are still open. If these anomalies are corrected, we will be part of it. If the anomalies are not corrected, too bad. And so because we also had lost a greater chunk in the preponderance of our membership, those that would have aided the victory of APC in River State, we had lost them. A group had left for the SDP. The other group had said they were presented. They were going to ensure that Tinubu failed. And of course, they were leaking seriously with the PDP candidate. And you know, you have asked me this, and I said I have both pictorial and video evidences of what happened. And I want to also say to you that if anybody can apply to INEC to seek for certified true copies. Anyway, I'll get there. What you are asking is what in the future?
That's another issue. Which we will also get to this one of the session. But again, we're talking about the future.
Yeah. I'm going in there. Yes. I'm going there. Now, the future, what the party, the future that the party or the party will be looking at is the fact that we need to all come together.
But do you believe in this coming together?
Yes, I do believe.
My worry.
Listen, my worry. The reason why it was my group that visited with the national chairman last. We had a group from the Single Sinners and Magnus that left the party for the SDP. They were the first. We saw the other group led by Tony Cole and Dakuku, of course, members of the Metis own slant, who were the last. And what was it that why was it that we had to go last? We were listening whether they were talking about how we will rebuild the party in the states. But the issue there was that they needed to be compensated in the Tinubu's administration.
They are also interested. And why I'm asking you
what is their interest?
If you're indeed interested in rebuilding the party.
Yes.
Because after this meeting, there was another meeting in Abuja.
Yes.
And this time at the instance of Chief Tony C Okocha.
Yes.
In your description of the meeting, and I'm going to quote you,
yes.
You said a convergence of Humpty Dumpty in Rivers political history.
They had conquered.
That's another one.
Well, what is the meaning of that? I'm not the.
The
I'm
last
not.
I remember was we sang Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. For you to call these eminent gentlemen Humpty Dumpty.
No. You see, I don't like it when we. I just spoke English.
Yeah.
What is Humpty Dumpty? People who are conquered. That's it. It's about.
But again, if you look at what Tony Cole said in his presentation,
Yes.
he said the party in River State was abandoned by the National, even in its quest to regain its mandate at the court. Isn't that true?
Because he was also not part of the system. I said that as a candidate of a political party, who necessarily, by the party's rules, was the coordinator of the Presidential Campaign Council, that was unable, she would have been with you over time. And I came to protest. And I said to you, and I said to Rivers people, I said that elections are in few weeks. Now we have the PCC. The PCC is unable to meet. What was the reason? The coordinator was unable to convene or convoke a meeting of PCC members. So that first of all, we should first of all know ourselves, because we came from different nominees and all of those. We didn't even know ourselves. And a few days after we made that in here, he called a meeting. We met. In that meeting, it was not longer a meeting of a PCC. It was half-caste. It was a meeting of some of us who are PCC members for APC and those who were Tony Cole Campaign Council, TCC. And we said, no, this is not what we are primed to do. This is not what we agreed to do. Now, we said in that meeting, and I told you many times, because of time, maybe we're rushing through all of this, that all this whole period, our coordinator never called a meeting of PCC. That the one he called was half-caste. And we voted out of that meeting. And we complained that before then, no poster, no placard, no billboard, no jingle. And I asked you that day, Chegu, how many jingles have they turned in here? Have they given to you for 93.3 to carry in support of Tinubu? And you also affirmed that there was none. Okay, so now he wasn't part of it. He was part of the meeting where a decision was taken that Tinubu should be voted against. And I'll give you this. Listen, I have all of them here. I have their units. I have to apply. Yeah. What people say when a masquerade, misbehaves or is so much, violent. Okay, they will call you. They tell the wood, okay, that it was carved from. This is the reason. That's what we're doing. And we're trying to cover their backs and keep their secrets, but they want us to expose everything. Now we have written to INEC, and we sought to get the polling units where they voted and the results, and I have them here. And I'm saying to them,
you were able to get it and they couldn't.
Oh, come on! You write to INEC; it's a public document. You write to INEC, say this person, this, and they'll give you. And I have it, and I'm begging them to please let the sleeping dogs lie. Because the more they push this, the more we bring these facts to the public domain. But at that time now, you would now begin, they'll say, we are calling them. I don't, in my characteristics, in my life, I don't know how to insult even a baby. So when I use the word Humpty Dumpty, I'm talking about a people, of course, you know the meaning. So people should go and read. I'm not abusing anybody.
But again, let us come back to this meeting you said, convergence of Humpty Dumpty in reverse political history. Was it not necessary we have this Humpty Dumpty meeting so as for APC to move forward?
We need to know what the meeting was about. If you look at it, I made propositions on my own. Okay, I brought out indices that could have been the mastermind, okay, for that meeting. I did. And I said, if these ones are this, well, fine and well, but they are still not getting it. I said, look, if that meeting was for people to hijack the soul of Rivers State, I said, no, it was not time to do that because nothing has gone amiss. It was not time. If their convergence was to form an alliance, some kind of alliance of all our political parties, then they were also wrong because it's not a local chapter that is saddled with that responsibility. It is a national. Now, if their interest was to say, okay, there are certain persons that we must whittle down their powers, they're also not getting it right because they are not God. If their interest, of course, at the end of the day, my thesis was on the fact that they had converged to go and push for compensation, which, of course, they have all gone at different times. And I said that you cannot do that because you are not going to benefit from what you did not sow or where you did not sow.
You also told the national chairman that whatever would accrue to Rivers State should be channeled through the garrison commander.
Very well. Now, I didn't use the word garrison commander.
Okay.
I said he is the leader of the political infantry.
Political infantry.
Of and in Rivers State. Of and in Rivers State.
At what point did he become the leader of the political infantry?
He is the numero uno of politics in Rivers State. He has defeated us back to back. What is it that
it's not a member of your party?
Excuse me, you know, envy has two slants: negative and positive envy. Envy somebody positively so that you will understudy how the person made history. Do you understand? This young man had defeated us over and over again. As a government in 2015, he was just a candidate of a political party. He defeated us and became governor. And in 2019, there's no trace of APC. Look at 2023. PDP won 32 over 32 in House of Assembly. There is no other political party in that assembly. It's peopled by PDP members only. Who was the leader of the PDP? PDP won the 3 seats, senatorial districts in Rivers State. PDP won 13 out of 15 House of Representative seats in Rivers State. PDP won the governorship of Rivers State. PDP only lost the presidential election in Rivers State for obvious and overt and patent reasons. So a man who has defeated you over and over again, if you're a champion wrestler, how many times, if the people that they call Ogbuefi, okay, lion killer, how many lions do you need to kill? It's just one. And this man has defeated us, killed lions and lions and lions and lions, and you don't want to acquiesce to his leadership? Some of them are surreptitiously doing it behind the scene. But the truth of the matter is that you cannot hide the truth forever.
We'll talk about that. You're listening to Point Blank, and we're having conversation with Chief Honorable Tony Okocha, DSSRS, the one they call the digital leader of the APC University.
That is what I am.
Very, very emphatic. He has stated it, and he has said it in the studio here. He said it to Dr. Ganduje, the national chairman of the APC, and to the APC National Working Committee, that, and I quote him, the only group in APC River State legitimate to seek compensation from the victory of APC Tinubu in River State is the one led by him. He also told Dr. Ganduje that please contact us through the leader of the political infantry in River State, who is the serving minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, FCT, and that is talking about Chief Deso 1 year weekend.
Very well.
Would you agree with Chief Tony Okocha? Would you agree that the only APC group in River State that is legitimately or legally right to seek compensation for the victory of Tinubu in the presidential election is the one led by him? And would you also agree that they should be reached through the political infantry River State, which is the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory? Now we'll open the telephone lines again, and we're back to take more of your calls, and we want you to join the conversation this morning. Quickly, let's take some calls, 3 calls, and we'll be looking at the social media. Don't forget, you can send us a short WhatsApp message. Do it in 30 seconds and send it to 09059481021. Please short WhatsApp message to 09059481021. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Point Blank. Good morning. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so we move to another one. Let's take this one now coming in. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Thank you so much.
JJ, good morning. Well, I might not say specifically 5 times, it wasn't asked to you.
That's so.
We lost JJ there, but JJ, apologies, but we'll come back to you. Let's quickly look at some of the comments that are coming in on the social media. By God's power, he said, good morning, Shegun. There'll be no time Chief Okocha to claim ownership of ABC. Mind you, leadership of a political party has never been hereditary or written on anybody's forehead. Leadership of a political party is earned. It is also a known fact that when those that were supposed to take responsibility of ABC at the time of the party needed them most, abandoned the party for their own interest. It is Chief Tony C Okocha in alliance with the FCT Minister Wike that gave life to the party. And for the first time since the formation of APC, the party won the presidential election in the state. Chief Tony C Okocha has earned the leadership role he's playing, and we're okay with that. APC was like a social club, but Chief Tony C Okocha came and changed the status. And that is for you there. And Celestine Pay, good morning, Shegun. When I heard that Tony C Okocha is the leader of APC University, I began to laugh. You should stop claiming to be a leader of APC, someone that can't bring peace and unity to his people. Some people are just self-centered, causing problem in the party. Some people will wake up claiming to be a leader. They don't have what it takes to be a leader. So let's go back to the telephone lines. And the number again, 07050791021 and 08106783493. Let's take this one. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. Point blank. Good morning. Yes, we can hear you, Kenny. Good morning. Very well, we can hear you. Go ahead. Monday, good morning. Well, Monday, we apologize. Your line is breaking, and so we can't take that. Let's go to what's happening on WhatsApp. We'll be taking some of the comments that are coming in on WhatsApp. Don't forget, you can join this conversation. Send us your WhatsApp comments, do a short voice note, and send it to 09059481021. And quickly, we'll just take 3 of those WhatsApp comments, and we'll come back to you. Meanwhile, we must acknowledge several people who are following us online. Okudiri Stanley, you're watching us live from Apajo. Thank you so much. And we also have God's Time Paul Tambari. Thank you so very much for listening to us. Let's take this one out. Good morning. Okay, so those comments, and we need to be very careful about the comments we're making. We want you to make comments strictly on the issue we're talking about in the studio here. Don't make comments you cannot substantiate. So we take another one, and please kindly speak up. We'd like to hear your comment. Good morning. Hello, good morning. While we're trying to get that coming in, Ambassador Jacobs Chimex. You send us a message, and you're also joining us online. Say, good morning, capacity digital leader of APC River State, Chief Tony C Okocha. The truth of what happened in the presidential election in River State in 2023 can be summarized as thus. Amechi felt that Tinubu was using madness to fight him since 2007, and so he contested against him. And when he lost, he opted to go to Atiku, with all his supporters. Michael Sally was hoping that Tinubu would secure the APC group one ticket for him and sponsor his election. He couldn't get that. Well, that is your permutation and that is your conspiracy theory. Things. And let's still find out if we could just get some comments coming in on the WhatsApp message. We'll have a lot of them. We're just trying to put them through. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Good morning.
According to the minister and his group, in that no man understood whatever exactly. I thereby recommend him for further appointment.
Okay, so
Amen.
your recommendation.
Amen.
That's what we said. Okay, so we'll take another one before we come back to Chief Tony Okocha. Let's take this one. Good morning. Felix, thank you for joining us. Yes, good morning. Well, again, thank you so much, Mila. And let me come back to Chief Tony Okocha. Chief Tony Okocha, quickly, and maybe you want to react to one or two of those questions. Yes.
Okay, my dear friend, I just like somebody accused me of being economical with the truth, or rather being a little more circumspect, because as a leader of a party, my business is to hem the party together, bring everybody together. But the question you have just asked, I just would like to inform you that Magnus voted in Gukana was 16, Unit 10. Please go and look it up.
That's according to INEC.
Yes, please. You should go and look it up. I won't announce it here. But take this, Ward 16, Unit 10, Gokana. Please look it up and then come back to Shebu and tell him what you saw. Now, on the issue of these conspirators and conspiracies and all of those attempting to benefit from where they never have, invested. You see, the difference between Western philosophy and African philosophy is that Western philosophy was documented. African philosophies were never documented. Otherwise, I will be quoting one of our political leaders from Eche. He said, "Walkre chopre." You get that? Walkre chopre. In other words, where you walk is where you will chop. So these people did not work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I have on record their polling units where they voted. One of them voted in Onega Ward 7, Unit 14. Please look it up. That unit was dusted by Obi, Peter Obi, and others voted in Akukutoru, Ward 15 and Unit 20. Akukutoru again, Ward 12 and Unit 2. And you will marvel that a candidate of a political party for the governorship election in Rivers State, you will marvel at the votes that APC scored in its own polling unit. And again, isn't that going to justify our assertion that has become apodetic, that has not been challenged? I need anybody that is worth this trouble to come and challenge these assertions that we're making. We're not making it behind the scene. We're making these assertions open. Those that were alleging did this should come and take the microphone and say, didn't do it. And we are going to confront them with facts. I say a candidate of a political party, APC for that matter, who in its own polling unit, APC performed so abysmally. What does that show to you? And then in its own election, APC won, pretty in its own election on that same political, that polling unit. What does that show to you?
But again, Chief Tony Okocha, you also know as a politician that every war must end in a JoJo.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what
even Cold War and Hot Wars in history. All Cold Wars and Hot Wars ended on the table, the round table. It's a give and take.
So again,
now our party, the national chairman of our party, had advised that we should all go home and sheath the sword. That the party will take scientific approach. You read that in your intro. That there's going to be a scientific approach to solving these problems instead of unnecessary altercations, and we agree to it. Otherwise, after the meetings with the party chairman, and where we were able to lay bare the truth of the matter, would have come here to flag off, because we need to rebuild APC and make APC more robust. We have elections in 2027. Rome was not built in a day. If you think that you can upturn the whole thing in one day, that's why when a political party came and said they are going to win governorship, just existing in 6 months, and I was laughing. I said, how can you do that? It's not magic. It can't be. It's not possible. You cannot traverse the length and breadth of River State, sink the principles and policies of your political party, the manifesto of your political party, in the minds of people over that people that have had over time their own understanding and worldview. You want to do that in 6 months? It will never work. Did it work? It never worked.
Chief Tony Okocha, you have described it as the convergence of Humpty Dumpty's in Rivers politics, but in his own word and in a statement he published on his Instagram page, the host of that meeting, which is Chief Tony C Okocha, and I'm going to quote him, I'm going to read directly from his Instagram page. He said, "It was a profound honor to break bread with my Rivers brethren last night with a view to reunite for the good of all Rivers people. We had deliberations on how to move our state to the high economic potentials and by extension Nigeria at large. Sustainable peace is on the way. Let us love and let love lead." And that was from 10 chapters.
So to effectively do that was for 5 persons. So to talk about the progress, economic emancipation or economic Eldorado of Rivers State and Nigeria, only 5 persons were qualified to do so. So we don't have other eggheads in the state. It was a gathering of friends and foes. You get that? Friends and what? Foes. Friends and enemies. Maybe let's use a simpler word. Now, what was the reason? There has to be a purpose. The reason why these persons would come. Fine. They are reuniting for economic emancipation of Rivers State. So you should have said is that they are uniting so that they can form a formidable force to go and begin to request for something that they would not have got. And of course, natural law does not allow that. You do not reap from where you never sowed. In fact, it's even worse. Even at the point they say, look, even when you sow and you sow tomatoes, you won't expect to go and reap pepper. In this sense, they never sowed. They were never part of the clearing of the bush and all of those. You just want to go and reap. How? At the chagrin of those who put their lives and their property on the line, and you want to go and take before them. Is it good?
Chief Tony Okocha, we'll be taking another set of calls, and we will now be looking at the plans outlined by the national chairman of the APC, Dr. Ganduje.
Yeah.
And I'll be asking you how you think that can work. You're listening to Super 93.3 FM Port Harcourt. We're speaking to Chief Tony Okocha, who is the leader of the mainstream APC. Well, that's what he says. He is the mainstream APC
I am,
state, and also the digital leader of the APC. But we're speaking on the present state of the APC, the future of the APC. Now, let's put things into perspective. For those of you who did not join the show late, 3 groups have visited the national chairman of the APC, Dr. Ganduje. And of course, Chief Tony Okocha led one of the group, and they made several presentations. And in his own thinking, the national chairman of the APC said, APC River State is so critical, and they must cash in on the gains currently at the national level to ensure it reflects in the APC. However, Chief Tony Okocha is insisting that those who did not walk must not chop. So we're talking about that. So quickly, let me come back to all your comments and your views, and we have several of them coming in. Precious Sydney Wakama said, "Good morning, Chief Sir. Congratulations on your appointment, and as representative of River State of the board of the NDC. My question is, if His Excellency Ian Wike formally and officially move over to APC, will you accept him to be the leader of the River State APC, being a former governor and current minister?"
I won't waste my time to say yes. That is what it is. For 2 reasons. He merits it by action, and by position, he's also higher. So the answer is capital YES. Yes.
But do you suspect that His Excellency is the one yes we can move to the APC?
I didn't get that.
You appreciating a situation whereby His Excellency is the one yes we can move to the APC?
Well, it is his call. I've been asked this question over and over again. It is his call. He's a political calculus. He knows what to do. He knows what suits him best. So I wouldn't know if at any point, but what I know is that that man smells victory miles away. So if he thinks that his political salvation will come from the APC, he could decide to turn into the party.
Will you want him in the APC?
Oh wow, I have advocated that before now, even before the cabinet was constituted. I had gone on air publicly and I said, we need somebody like that. We need somebody who is result oriented, somebody that can help us win elections. Who don't look for.
So if you want His Excellency,
yes,
to be in the APC, what role then will His Excellency Rotimi Amechi play in the APC?
I can tell you clearly that if I know my former boss, the much I claim I know him, he has moved on.
Are you saying His Excellency Rotimi Amechi is no longer in the APC?
You know, one of the contributors here said that the leadership of a political party is not franchised to anybody by birth. It is not hereditary. It is about your input, your actions, what you're able to bring to the table for the political party. That's one reason that's what qualifies. Check the leaders of the political parties in the states. If you're a governor of the state, you are the leader of a political party because you have something to bring to the table. Okay? At some point, they say if you are the highest office holder in a political party in a particular state, there is a supposition that you have something that you will bring to the table and you are made the leader. All right? Now, in this sense, my former boss had ceased being the minister. When he was governor, he was leader of the party. When he was minister, he was also the highest, in our ranks. Okay, so he was the leader. So what does he hold now? I think I hold office now more than any other person, any other APC member in Rivers State.
Are you insinuating?
Yes.
That your former boss, whom you have called your former boss severally on this program,
yes,
His Excellency Rotimi Amechi,
very well,
is just an ordinary member of the APC?
Yes, he is. That's what he is.
But you don't see him as your leader in the APC.
No. I'm the leader right now. I find it difficult, almost, I don't know, to talk about myself. If you recall, when we were talking about ministerial appointments, some people were hitting at me, say, "Oh, why are you talking for somebody else? Are you not qualified? You're eminently qualified. You have all the trappings, you have all the prerequisites, you have all of those waitings and all that." I said, "No, I prefer to talk for people." Okay, so but at this point, I have taken at the counsel of one of my friends that if you don't blow your trumpet, somebody else will come and take your trumpet and blow and take it and go. Okay, so right now, because of my activities, because of the actions that we put here that led to the victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and at the epicenter of that struggle, at the epicenter of those actions that brought about victory, monumental victory. Okay, we call it jeans breaking in Rivers State. I was at the epicenter. I was the leader. Magnus led a group of APC to SDP, so he's not back to the party. Amechi led a group of APC to PDP. He's not back to the party. I and my ink, right? My ink, the ones that believed in Tinubu, followed up, made alliances with other political parties and those who were not aligned. You haven't forgotten that I visited your station and I said to you that Tinubu will win more votes than APC in Rivers State. And you said I was sounding philosophical. And that's it, that's what it is. Because I knew that APC in Rivers State had not even decimated, it was decapitating, it was completely gone. And if we relied on only our members, we would lose that election, irredeemably. So we started making contact. And at the center of those issues that I'm talking about was Chief Tony Okocha, DSSRS. Let me speak for myself for once.
Chief Tony Okocha, DSSRS, is with us in the studio, and we're having conversations around the APC in Rivers State, which is in about 6 minutes more. To end this particular segment of the show, I do hope to take more of your calls and to have you join this discussion. Let's go back to the telephone lines now and see. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. This is Point Blank Akanto, good morning.
I'm not His Excellency yet.
All right. Akanto, just go straight to your question. Go straight to your question.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Akanto. We quite appreciate your comments this morning. Thank you so much. And I must also say quickly that we have a lot of people joining us tonight. Near Crack Commander, thank you so much. And you said, good morning, Shegun. He who goes to equity must come with finance. I am very sure Tony Okocha was briefed before coming to the studio. If so, he could come along with INEC documents to prove his allegation. Why couldn't he also come along with videos where APC members were instructed to vote article? Finally, can Tony Okocha tell us which party Wike is a member? Of course, he has spoken that. But again, maybe you want to speak crack commander what he said here.
How about that? That the party Wike belongs?
First, he's asking you why didn't you come with that video? Though you've said to us that if we are interested, you will bring the video next week and you will show us proof. You've said that to us, yes.
It's not to teach me my tactics. I know how to wear my dagger. At the fullness of time, when I am being controverted with facts, I will bring other facts. The lawyers call it better and waiting affidavit. Further and better affidavit. Okay, further and better facts I will produce. So he won't tell me how to go about my case. I know I conduct my case the way I want to conduct it. Too bad. On the issue of Wike and the party he belongs, it's laughable. It's just laughable. Wike is a staunch member, a founding member of the People's Democratic Party in Nigeria, and the leader of PDP in Rivers State. So is that in contention?
You know, the national leader of the APC, Dr. Gambi, just said, and I quote him, he said, we have
the national chairman.
The national chairman, right? The national chairman of the APC, Dr. Gambi just said, and I quote him, he said, we have to capitalize on what we have. We have to capitalize on the fact that we have won the national election in the state. What we are begging is not to overheat the system. Exactly. Overheating the system, some will go to litigation, then a vicious cycle will come again. Yes. We don't want too much analysis because they say too much analysis leads to paralysis. It's not asking. So give us a chance that we can consult. Number one, consult. Yes. And we look at the constitution of the APC, then we will wait to see how we can put things in order. So yes. If you would advise the national chairman on who to consult, who are those you would say consult this people?
Well, we are waiting on the national chairman, to do all he said he was going to do. Again, just like you read, he advised all the parties, the shooting camps, said, look, gentlemen, shoot your swords, don't overheat the system we have here. Now, the issue of consultations, if you ask me, is clear. Okay? Now, he should be looking at those who, if you listen to, if you read, I think there was a group again that visited with him, and he said that some left the party and retired went to sabbatical. And they are itching to come back. Some were in the party, they refused to work for the party. That a group that he's aware worked for the party and for the victory of the party. In Rivers State, he didn't miss words. Maybe that side may not have been captured, but I was there. I led the delegation. He didn't miss words. He said he was aware of APC and our problems since 2015. when a certain leader of a party ordered his people not to vote. He said the APC's problem in Rivers State is about litigations. Did you see me as a member, as a party to any of those litigations? I wasn't part of it. So he will be consulting with relevant stakeholders. I wouldn't be here to gag him. I wouldn't tell you who he will consult with or who he will not consult with. But I'm very sure that knowing the chairman as a prolific politician, a maverick one for that matter, at the fullness of time when he wants to make consultations, he will know the critical stakeholders to consult with.
You know, Chief Tony Okocha, you said to us here in the studio that you are the leader of the APC River State. Again, why should APC members trust you to lead them aright?
Because I led them to victory.
How?
Yeah, I'm saying to you that since 1999, PDP had the state had been betrothed to PDP, back to back, presidential governorship. And in 2023, under my lead, APC had a breath of fresh air. We won. So having led them to the promised land, wouldn't they support? Would they vote for me? I mean, you should be a pastor. Eh? When Joshua led the children of Israel to the promised land, he was venerated. Right? Okay, so I led the children of Israel. I've led our APC from Egypt, and I've taken them to the promised land. So what my benefits should necessarily be is that I should be venerated, I should be revered, I should be compensated. I'm the leader. I'm the one that led them to the promised land. I led them to victory for the first time.
I wish you have a crystal ball now.
Yes.
And I want you, if you have one, or let's imagine, look into those crystal ball and tell us what you see of the future of APC River State in the coming years.
Well, the future of APC in the coming years will be so robustly hemmed the way we want to go about it. It's not if you are not going to adopt the method of I am the know-all and do-all. We're not going to adopt the method of being, draconian, totalitarian. We must allow the people ventilate, because where you have human beings, okay, they say two good heads are better than one. The moment you appropriate to yourself or say to yourself that you're an encyclopedic compendium of knowledge, then at that point you have started failing, because not even one person. I've told you here many times. I said that I was philosopher I loved, Socrates. He was so knowledgeable that even a goddess said to him that, Socrates, you are the most knowledgeable man on earth. Socrates said, no, my lord, I am not. The reason why you think so is that because I know that I know nothing, and I crave to know. So nobody can appropriate to himself knowledge of everything. You cannot be a professor of science and be a professor of arts at the same time. If you are majored in dermatology, for instance, you are not a major in kitchen science. Okay, so that's why you said there is nothing called knowledge that anybody can grab. Nothing called knowledge that anybody can grab. Right.
You know, Chief Tony Okocha, we must thank you sincerely for coming to talk to us this morning, to speak to us on the present state of APC and the future of APC River State. And thank you so much. And again, we must also commend you for donating to us, to the management of Super FM, copies of your book, Through the Slippery Slopes of Rivers Politics, a personal memoir. Well, congratulations on that fantastic work.
Thank you.
We wish you well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's been a conversation with Chief Tony Okocha, the digital leader of APC River State, and we're looking at APC River State's future and the present state of the party. Again, we must thank Chief Tony Okocha for joining us. We'll go on a short break. When we come back from the break, we'll be looking at the burden of drug and substance abuse in River State, particularly in the light of a recent call by the Senate calling on federal government to declare a state of emergency on the issue of drug and substance abuse. Stay with us. Point Blank will be back shortly.
Thank you. So let's see.
I listen to Super FM.
Great news! The Super FM Marketing Studio is now situated in the unique business district of Port GRA. To advertise your products and services, visit the Super FM GRA Studio and Marketing Office on the second floor, Vineyard Plaza, 88 Wardy Road, GRA Phase 2, Port Harcourt.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Live on-air interviews, production of jingles, commercial placement, infomercials, and so much more. Visit us at GRA Studio and Marketing Office on the second floor, Vineyard Plaza, 88 Wardy Road,